So it's time for our weekly weigh-in. Did we lose weight this week on our Keto OMAD lifestyle? Stay tuned to find out.
I'm Emily.
I'm Sarah.
We are 35-year-old sisters on a ketogenic weight loss journey. We've struggled with our weight all of our lives, but in 2019, we finally committed to better our health and have successfully lost over 150 pounds combined so far. We aren't perfect, but we are real, and we hope to share our success and our struggles to motivate ourselves and others.
So how successful were you this week on the keto diet? Did you have any downfalls, or were you pretty consistent with what you ate this week?
I typically ate one meal a day. There was a couple of, I had stopped into CVS and got a Halo Top peanut butter, and then we sat in my bedroom and each ate a container full of it. So I don't know, that was a little slip up. I mean, I don't think that we're gonna lose every week anyway, so I mean, whatever. We already know how much we weigh at this point, so I'm just gonna be honest and say that I gained a little bit of weight. I started off at 262.2 pounds. Last week I weighed in at 172.2 pounds, and today I weigh in at 174 pounds, which is a gain of 1.2 pounds. But I'm like pretty much okay with it. Like, you're not going to lose weight every week, and if you put it out there that you are going to lose weight every week, you kind of give these unrealistic expectations to people. And so this is like what's really happening with us, and every week we will not see a loss, and we are kind of getting more towards being like our goal weight. And so it's a process. It's going to take a while. How about you? How were you this week?
I was good this week. I just feel like I ate too many chaffles. Chaffles every day almost. And even though they're they're very keto friendly, I feel like maybe there are a lot of calories or something. I don't know, but they're very low on the carb aspect of it, but they're higher in calories. It's like a lot of cheese. So yeah, I actually maintained my weight. I started off this journey at 242 pounds, and last week I weighed in at 178.8. And today I am 178.8. So I didn't gain anything, but I also didn't lose anything. And that's okay, because like Emily said, weight loss is not linear. You're going to have ups and downs. And, we just started filming these weight loss vlogs for everybody, and we had like steady losses every time. But I think it's not good, but it's realistic that we're having a week where we don't lose anything. Because like she said, I don't want to give people unrealistic expectations that they're going to lose every week, because that just puts too much pressure on you. You're going to have days where you don't lose anything, and that's okay. So to keep motivated this week, I'm just going to keep on looking at like my before and after pictures, maybe take some measurements. I actually started taking all my old clothes and packing them up because I want to get rid of them, because I feel like one of the weight loss tips that we have for you is to like get rid or donate the bigger clothes that you have. So you can't fall back on them.
Right.
If you decide to go off for like a week or two, you can, fall back on those larger clothes. And since you don't have them anymore by donating them, you have to make a decision whether you want to go out and buy bigger pants or you want to get strict back onto keto. So that's one of our tips for you. It's just to donate some clothes to help other people and to help yourself from not falling back into a lifestyle that you didn't want to be a part of anymore.
The other thing I was going to say is, if you're wearing clothes that are really baggy on you, you might not even be able to see that you've lost weight. I remember there's been a couple times where I was wearing these big sweatshirts, and then I would take them off, like when I was going to take a shower or something, and I would like gasp at how much smaller I look.
Right.
And I'm lounging around the house in yoga pants, by the way, which I think yoga pants, I mean, they're comfy, okay? I work for myself, so I have been wearing yoga pants for like the last decade. No one can tell me what to wear, so I've been wearing them. And it's like they will stretch to fit you forever.
They pretty much stretch forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so honestly, some of the times I would be wearing them and it's like I'm gaining weight and I can't even tell. I remember I put on a pair of jeans for the first time, probably like in August.
Maybe?
And I was like, oh my God, they feel so, they're like rough on the skin and like...
Hey, don't ruin your cup. There's only one of those, so.
They're like rough on the skin, and they like the waistband is like digging into my.
I remember
like,
I was
fat
getting
roll.
my first pair of jeans too, and I remember you in the other dressing room. I could just hear you like moaning and like grunting, like this cannot be what normal people wear outside the house. Like this is so uncomfortable. And I'm like, yes, that's how jeans feel.
And they are tight, right? Because I just felt that they were like constricting.
They were
me.
not tight. They were actually, she could have gone a size smaller, but she decided to get like the 6 to 14s or something, you could have definitely fit into like a smaller size, but you were like,
well,
no,
how are
I
you
can't.
supposed to like sit or breathe?
The jeans kind of like loosen up after a couple hours. You know what I mean? If it's already loose and then you're wearing them, they will become extra baggy. You know, you don't wash jeans every day. You're supposed to like wear them a couple times. You know what I mean? Or maybe that's what I've heard people do. I don't wear jeans that often either.
Yeah.
I bought a pair of jeggings that I thought were going to be like really comfortable, but like putting them on, I was like screaming because they were so tight. But I haven't worn them yet. I should be fitting them into them now, but just, you know, buying, like she said, smaller clothes is going to help you feel better. And then other people are probably going to notice it too, like your coworkers or your friends. If you wear something that's a little bit more restricting and
tighter. Fitting better. I mean, if you dress wrong and if you dress and it's all baggy, then no one's going to be able to see that. And I know that some people are not looking for that, but I do.
Who doesn't want like, hey, you look great. What are you doing? Like, I want it. I eat that up, you know. I take compliments, you know. I'm not fishing for them, but I'll take a compliment. You know what I mean? So since we're having this week where we're not losing or we've gained a couple pounds on the scale, what do you guys do to keep motivated during this journey? Can you let us know in the comments section below? We would love to hear what you guys have to say. I saw on Instagram that Brad grew some mushrooms or something. Do you want to talk about that?
It's not like he grew them like in the crawl space in our house. He actually bought a kit from Amazon, and I've bought these before for him for Christmas, and I don't know if he like just doesn't care about reading directions or they were like duds, but this time he bought this kit to grow oyster mushrooms, and it worked. I mean, it looked like there was like 1,000 tiny little mushrooms, and then he harvested them yesterday, the first round, and he made them into like a nice little topping to go on our steaks. So now I think that I want to have mushrooms growing in all the time in my house, you know?
How long did it take from starting it to maturity?
It was probably about 10 days.
Oh, that's not long.
Yeah. And they tasted amazing. And sometimes I'm probably going to be interested in growing ones that are kind of expensive.
Yeah, it can't be that easy to grow them.
Well, this is pretty easy. I think all he did was like just soak this brick and put it inside this box, and they sprouted.
Is it reusable?
Well, they're supposed to be able to get 2 to 3 harvests out of it.
Oh, cool.
But I'm pretty sure you can even like buy the mushroom spores off the internet, and you can like inject it into this thing, and it should grow. But you know, I'm interested to see like maybe some chanterelles or like something that's expensive at the store, and to be making mushrooms, or even like the shiitake mushrooms. Mm-hmm. Because you know, Sarah and I, we found this stuff at Costco. These mushrooms that are dried or they're like cooked, and they're like delicious. They taste like chips or something. But I heard that they have maltodextrin all over them, and so that can like raise your blood sugar a lot supposedly. And so I haven't gone to buy any more of them.
So this is Charlie. He looks different because he was shaved recently. I like keeping him fluffy, but he mats really easily, so. Oh, sorry.
How am I gonna fit both?
Right next.
This is Henry. These are my dogs. They're hairless and they're cold. This is Henry. This is Ollie. Okay, bye. Henry is always the forgotten one because he can sit nicely. Ollie needs attention all the time. As we're filming right now, my husband is at home sous videing a pork butt, and he is going to put it in the smoker and make me something delicious, hopefully. Because if it's not ready by the time I get home, since it's one OMAD, 1 meal a day, I'm going to be really upset. Sometimes when Brad barbecues, it's just like, It's endless. And he's like, oh, I hope that you're not depending on me, you know, for dinner. I'm like, what is the point of it otherwise? Like, he's like, oh, this might not even be ready until tomorrow.
Well, it sucks that you're smelling it all day long or whatever. That's hard, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a very cool process to sous vide. This thing has been cooking in this water at a very specific temperature for like since yesterday. So it's about 24 hours it cooks.
Wow.
And then you put it in the smoker to finish it off, and it creates like this bark and this flavor. And then we just put it in low-carb tortillas, maybe sort of a vegetable on the side. And I'm really excited about this sous vide journey because, like I've said before, anything where I don't have to cook every night, I am very excited for. So maybe we'll show some videos about that soon.
Using it?
Yeah. It's actually pretty simple. You take whatever meat or whatever you want to sous vide, and you put it in a bag, and then you just put it in a pot, and this thing heats up the water to a certain temperature and circulates the water. and it cooks it very very
gently
at a specific temperature. So if, say you put steaks in there, I think it's a couple hours that you put the steaks in. Once you put it, you finish it in a pan, you know, and once you cut through it, it is like a perfectly medium rare color if you set the temperature right. So it's delicious.
So I just made another order for Cut the Carb, which are these wraps that we discovered within the last month, and we like really love them. A whole sheet, I think it only has 9 net carbs. So we've been making things like egg rolls and lasagna that we can link in our description below. I would really love to make some Malaysian type of cuisine that's keto friendly. My mom is from Malaysia, and she makes these amazing dishes that you don't really see in the keto realm. So I'm going to have her come over this week, hopefully sometime, and maybe have her cook in front of me because she doesn't have recipes, because that's how Malaysians cook. They call it aga-aga, where they say a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I really need to like watch her do it so that I can copy it eventually and actually write it down. Our Hawaii trip is coming up in a couple of months, which is scary. And since I donated most of my clothes, I don't have anything to wear, which means I need to go shopping eventually. And I don't really know where to shop nowadays. I've had the same clothes for so long that I feel like I need to go and discover some new stores. So where are people shopping nowadays? Can you let me know in the comment section below? Like, where are people getting bathing suits? Like, I think about Target and places like that, but I think I need something a little bit with more support for the girls, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me know. So like many people starting resolutions, both of our husbands decided to jump onto keto strictly during the month of January for dry January, which means they don't drink any alcohol.
Or beer.
So it's been a long month, but both of them have been strict and haven't drank beer or alcohol. And we're coming to a close. February is next week. So we thought we would do a little video with them coming up, just introducing them to you guys and their progress this month with how much they are going to lose following keto strictly. So that's a video that's going to be coming up very shortly.
And maybe you have a husband that's kind of apprehensive about joining you on keto, and so this might be a good opportunity for you to watch our husbands and see how much they started at and their losses. So I think that they're doing very well so far, and I'm very proud.
That was our weigh-in for this week. We didn't lose any weight. Emily gained a few pounds.
Rub it in.
I will. Weight loss is not linear, and you're not going to lose weight all the time, so that's okay. Keep the motivation high, and if you need support, check out our Facebook group. The link will be in the header image on our channel page and in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content from us. We're so excited for 2020, and we hope to be making tons of videos for you guys to start you and help you on your keto journey. So I'm Sarah.
I'm Emily, and we are the Keto Twins.
Bye.
Bye.